Hello, you are listening to the OmniTalk Fast Five, brought to you in partnership with the A&M Consumer and Retail Group, Firework, Sezzle, and Silk. Headline number 5, Chris. Israeli startup. If you don't have fun with this startup, I don't want to know you. Israeli startup Super Duper is a vertically integrated online grocer who wants to sell 3,000 SKUs of ambient, chilled, and frozen grocery products. I've been drinking too many frosés, apparently.
Yeah, right.
Frozen grocery products at a 16 to 23% discount, very specific, to major chains with no delivery fees. So, according to Hungry, with no vowels.
Yeah, HNGRY.
Yes, another new publication.
Got a lot of news here.
Yeah.
It was the end of the year, so it was a little harder to find the headlines this week.
Yes. So according to Hungry, rather than use automated storage and retrieval systems, Super Duper instead relies on automated ground vehicles, AGVs, that function similarly to Amazon's Kiva robots for ambient temperature items. The bots then marshal various shelving units to build a queue for a staff member to manually pick and scan. The average order of 25 items can be packed in about 5.5 minutes. And this translates to an industry benchmark of 180 units per hour, just ahead, the article says, of Ocado at 170 items per hour. Big note there. Since late summer, the service has acquired 1,500 or roughly 19% of the 8,000 households in the small Israeli suburb of Binyamina, and next plans to deploy its automated warehouses and delivery model in Massachusetts or New Jersey.
Yeah.
Chris, lots to unpack here about Super Duper, but what are your thoughts?
I think it's interesting. I think it's an innovation for sure to keep an eye on.
Okay.
For e-commerce delivery to work, we've talked about this a lot. You have to have a system that works on proximity and automation to get the cost down. So the size of the warehouse operations in this model is roughly 7,000 square feet. And then it's the simplicity of automation that gives you the latter part of what I just said, right? So there's a great video of how it works online. I think people should go and check it out. It's at vimeo.com/HNGRY. It's the first one that pops up. Essentially, all the robots come to the picker, which is a really interesting way to think about it. They move around the picker and to the picker station. Super smart and intuitive when you watch it. And so for me, it's got my interest peak for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that it's important. When we were preparing for this story, I immediately went to like the third story today, this Frenemy network. Like when you think about all this open retail that's available, this open retail space, office space, etc., something like this makes sense to me instead of like maybe going for the $3 to $5 million like stacks or like that approach. It makes much more sense to me to like test this out in a smaller, what do they say? It was like just under $1 million to get one of these places up and running. To test this out. So I think it'll be interesting to see how U.S. retailers especially start to adapt to these types of things. And I also still have some questions, though, about how this works at a larger scale. Like, I think this makes sense for the smaller format groceries. I question, though, I will be not question. I'll be keeping an eye on whether or not we see like mass grocery retailers start to take this type of approach, or if Super Duper can get to a scale that can service, more than 8,000 customers in a general geography. But
and that may be the point too, but
but I mean, all in all, it's a fifth of the cost of what these larger scale
at least,
larger scale options are for automated fulfillment centers. So I will be keeping an eye on this.